The Dalai Lamas are believed to be manifestations of Avalokiteshvara or Chenrezig, the Bodhisattva of compassion and the patron saint of Tibet. Bodhisattvas are enlightened beings that choose to postpone their own nirvana for rebirth in order to better serve humanity. The 14th Dalai Lama and spiritual leader of Tibet was born on July 6, 1935 and is still alive today, making him a philosopher of the present. He was originally named Lamo Thondup, or wish-fulfilling goddess, and belonged to a Tibetan farming family in the small village of Taksar, located in the province of Amdo. Moreover, he had always been a passionate advocate for Buddhism since he studied it as a boy, and has grown up to strongly mirror his ideas. Nonetheless, it wasn't until 1949 or 1950 that he was chosen to assume full political power after China's invasion of Tibet. In 1954, he gave peace talks to Mao Zedong, Deng Xiaoping, and other Chinese leaders in Beijing. But unfortunately, in 1959, Chinese troops suppressed the Tibetan national uprising in Lhasa, and the Dalai Lama was forced into exile. Since then, he has been living in northern India. Now, although his main goal is to see Tibet democratized, as well as for it to gain independence from China, he has spoken about a plethora of other values to expose the global community to, ones that included topics like the environment, religious harmony, and happiness. First off, Buddhism taught him what a vast importance there was in caring for the environment and that we all have a universal responsibility to do so. One of his motivating factors was due to the Tibetan environment being destroyed post-Chinese invasion, in which he had witnessed firsthand. Seeing this, he urged not only the Tibetan people, but individuals around the world to take actions as soon as possible before it would be too late. The Dalai Lama also makes the point that when we come together to protect and help the environment, we are not only benefiting ourselves, but others as well. He says that the future of humanity greatly depends on our planet, and the future of the planet largely depends on humanity. He incorporates the Tibetan Buddhist attitude to admire simple living and embrace individual weight for the earth, which we all share whether we like it or not. By disrespecting the planet, we are disrespecting the future generations to come, including that of our children and our children's children. Furthermore, he applies his principles of nonviolence to all living things with a mind that can feel happiness, pain, or sadness, and all of them, like us, strive to find happiness. Hence, that makes it unjust to exploit nature as our own commodity at the expense of these other lives. In fact, the notion of reincarnation is utilized in his point that it gives us a reason to have direct concern about this planet and the future generations to come. It evolves into an issue that affects not others, but ourselves. Lastly, he references an ancient scripture which makes the analogy of a container. The world is a container and the people make up the inside. Without the container, the contents cannot be contained, and without the contents, the container is meaningless. In other words, only when they are together harmoniously can each become something valid and beautiful. On the other hand, peace leads people to harmony in all forms, through animals, people, and nature. Nevertheless, the opposite of this is suffering, which he believed was caused by ignorance. Oftentimes, people attempt to find their own happiness at the cost of another's pain. However, the Dalai Lama stated that happiness is actually something that comes from within, a sense of inner peace and contentment with oneself. He says that we can only reach it through compassion for others, altruism, and by eliminating all feelings of anger and greed. Another way to do this is through religious harmony. We are a society of many different beliefs, values, and motivations. However, he makes one very important point to consider, which is that all religions somehow seem to serve the same function: to be happy. The means are different, but the end goal is still the same. Similarly, he stated that science and spirituality could be mediums that can inform the other. They don't necessarily have to be mutually exclusive. This reminded me of Leo Tolstoy's The Coffee House of Surat, in which he reminds us to be tolerant of others regardless of their beliefs. With the newfound knowledge people gain every single day, they do not need to turn against each other, but instead be willing to share it with others. Only then can one achieve true peace, not only with themselves, but with everyone around them. I believe that these ideas will continue to stand the test of time and prove useful for people who want to serve themselves by serving others. This is a truth that people oftentimes forget. By helping the environment, we sustain ourselves and future generations. By being altruistic and compassionate, we will find true peace and the meaning of happiness. By being tolerant and understanding of others, we avoid any future conflicts and the collateral damage that may occur. His Holiness the Dalai Lama provides many people with food for thought that could create a better world. I found his ideas similar to that of Stoicism, a topic I also enjoyed. Both changed my thinking in that they helped me learn how to make the most out of my life and find true happiness. Moreover, that one can have beliefs but also be willing to be open to others. Due to this, I find this philosopher to be the one that I would most definitely recommend to others. Wait, I'm not done. Fun fact, the Dalai Lama actually has an incredible fascination with watches, both to repair and to wear. When he was 7, the Dalai Lama received his first gold watch, a Rolex, from none other than the former United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt.